If you are serious about what protein you use, then use what Jersey Jay-Z uses. Equip Foods Protein. Order yours now at equipfoods.com and use the promo code JerseyJZ for a special discount.
What's going on?
What's going on, man? We are live. Joe Zapata here. My man, Gregg Valentino. We can watch us now actually on Rumble and Spotify. So I'm on both of those channels too, also besides YouTube, Greg.
Wow.
So what's going on, Greg?
Same shit, you know, dog chasing his tail, never getting it, same bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Same watching my Yankees with their bullshit, enjoying the global fucking warming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's say a couple hello to some people in the chat here. We got Greg Hoffman. What's up, Greg? He says, hey, Joe and Greg, Lou Ferrigno has a new movie out. It has to do with dirty pigs. Did you hear about
dirty
that?
Pigs? Do you mean cops? Is that what he's trying to say? Is Greg Hoffman? What is dirty pigs?
I have no idea, man.
Me and my boy Big Steve, when we talk about dirty pigs, we're talking about the chicks under the L.
Dan, he says, Thursday, Joe and Greg. What's up, our man, Dan?
Dan, what's going on?
John Mancini Fitness. What's going on? John Mancini. At the Army Guy 2001. After my workout, my arms look like they've been invaded by tumors.
There you go.
There he is, Steve Z. There he is. Steve Z, right?
Yeah, that's my childhood.
I told him, I said, we got to meet up at your house. You know, we got to get together and meet up at your house.
Steve's a panic. He's got some stories, boy. Let me tell you. You get him on here.
Greg, did you see the boxing fight? And I'm going to have the picture here where the guy's hairpiece fell off. I'm going to put it up here.
You know, I think I saw something like that. Why would you even wear that? That's ridiculous. Steve, you got to get one of those.
Did you see that? The guy, you know, I actually, you know, through boxing, I actually try to reach out to him and stuff with George to see if we can get him to come on and everything. He's doing so many social media things right now, but
that's fucking funny. Steve and I got to get one of those. You too, Joe. Now we got to get. I want to get one like Elvis, like a big fucking thing, you know. I want John Bravo's hair. That kid's got some hair on him, boy.
Yeah, that's all real hair. I don't know, man.
I know it is. I'm friends with John. That's real hair. Let me tell you something. If you got caught jerking off by your mother when you were like 8 years old, somehow or other, John Bravo's going to find out about that, and he'll put the video up. You'd be fucked. That guy can. His videos are amazing. I love John. John's got my love and respect always.
Greg, I wanted to ask you what you know, and I get sick of this, but those actors and actresses at the Grammys. Did you see Billie English get up there and say?
Yeah, of course. You know what I want to know? You know what I want to know? If somebody help me with this. Well, okay, they keep saying that we have stolen land. Who do we steal land from? What tribe? What Indians? First of all, sorry, Native Americans. First of all, Native Americans. My kids got Native American blood and black in them, so they should get reparations and get some of the land back. But that's neither here nor there. But first of all, the reason why they lived in teepees and shit is because they were nomadic. They moved around a lot. Second of all, they all hated each other. Every tribe hated each other. They're still, to this day, you'd have to Google it, but the Navajo don't get along with another tribe that's from out there, okay? And they all moved around. And they so I want to know, who do we steal land from? And who did they get it from? Because before them, over 2,000 years ago, there were Vikings here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody steals the land, bro. And once one tribe takes over another tribe, they take that land. You know, we came here, we conquered, now we got the land. But I mean, somebody comes here and fucking comes and conquers us, then we'll be all speaking a different language. But this is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. There's no stolen land. We steal nobody's land. I want to know whose land did we steal? Which tribe? There's a million tribes, you know. They all moved around and same shit. And you know, let me tell you something. You know, even like the fucking the Mexicans versus the fucking French. That's the only people they beat was the French. But you know, when we had the war with them and shit, we took, you know, we got some of the land and everything, but they lost, you know. So don't be stupid. You're talking 400 or 500 years ago too, not for nothing.
Yeah, Dan says I'm so sick of these woke halftime shows. Yeah, Bad Bunny's going to be performing.
I won't watch that shit.
I met Bad Bunny when I did the Happy Gilmore 2. I was an extra. He was right next to me. I had no idea who he was.
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
I've never heard of him either.
What a rugged fucking name. I'm Bad Bunny. That sounds like something like fucking, Barney the Purple Dinosaur and shit. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I had no idea who he was. He was eating.
It's all bullshit. These woke people. That bitch walks in those fucking things. She's got an $8 million mansion on Indian property, by the way. Okay,
yeah,
and she got all this money. She's got fucking walls around her fucking house. Security guards and all that shit. So I don't want to hear any of this fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all those people fucking anyway. The savages up there in Minnesota that are fucking protesting, those aren't Minnesotans. Those are fucking the same Antifa, the same people did the No Kings, the same people that rioted fucking back with George Floyd, that went up to San Francisco, went to New York City. It's the same people. So they're still wearing the fucking garb. A lot of them are still wearing that fucking Gaza garb, That's another thing. From the river to the sea, What the fuck? They stole the land. They did? Really? Well, that's pretty funny because, I don't remember back in the days of Jesus Christ when he was roaming around out there, he was in the West Bank and Gaza. All that shit is considered Palestinian land, right? Mm-hmm. But they were the Palestinians back then. They were Christian. Excuse me. They were Jewish. You know what I'm saying? There was no Christian. What I'm saying is, then they became Christian out there too. But like, there was no Muslim. That came years later. Hundreds and hundreds. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of everybody using this excuse. You know what I mean?
100%. John Mancini said, I heard Peter Paul Palpin might perform at the Super Bowl.
Peter Paul picked a pack of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Paul pick?
That's pretty funny. Sky B says, Gregg only knows kinds of people, the good guys and the savages.
Damn right. I saw that somewhere else. You put that. Thank you, my brother. You're right. The good guys and the savages,
Did you see the Epstein, the files came out, the Epstein files, whatever came out, more stuff came out of it. It's crazy, this shit, man.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of that too. First of all, there was something bad about you. Of course, Trump knew him. They were all billionaires from New York. He's a New York guy. Epstein was a New York guy. Trump was birds of a feather flock together. Now that doesn't mean.
No, he wanted to frame him he had emails that said he wanted to frame Trump.
Listen, I know Rachel McClish. I got pictures of her hugging me and kissing me. That doesn't mean I fucked her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, first of all, second of all, if there was something there, they would have used that to bury Trump.
Sure.
There was nothing there on him like that. Just because they knew each other, of course, he's going to be there. But here's the thing. Again, I don't mean to sound really fucked up. I'm sorry if this offends any of you fuckers, but just like the Harvey Weinstein thing, I don't have sympathy for these poor victims. I went there and I got a movie roll out of it, but it didn't matter. He made me suck his cock and everything. Meanwhile, the mother was like, "Go there, go there." You know what the perfect example of that is? Did you ever see the movie Bruno or whatever the fuck, where fucking Borat? When he became he said, "I'm going to do this fucking scene where he's a movie producer." And he gets kids. He's going to do this fucking movie where Jesus Christ is a little black kid on a fucking cross, which was fucking hysterical. But he had these fucking parents sitting there, and they're like, okay, my daughter's 5 years old. This, that thing goes, yeah. How much does she weigh? And they're like, she weighs 35 pounds. He's like, could you get her to lose 15, 20 pounds? And they're like, but she's only 35 pounds. And he's like, yeah, but we kind of want her skinnier. You know what I mean? And they're like looking at each other, mother and father, and they're like, I mean, I guess, they're willing to starve their fucking kids so they can get in a movie. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I don't consider a pedophile somebody who looks at a 16-year-old or 17-year-old chick. I mean, that's first of all, a lot of those girls are so fucking, they look like they're fucking 25. Okay, remember like in the movie Raging Bull, kiss that chick in a fucking in a diner or whatever, not the diner, the bar, and he says to the cop, "Does that look like a 15-year-old girl to you?" And he said, "No, it doesn't, but she's 15. That's it. You're getting locked up." Well, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, they weren't like 8 or 9-year-olds running around like they were with the great prophet over there. It wasn't like that. Okay, so number one. Number two, anybody that was on that island, their mother drove them there, packed their clothes, knew what was going on because you got something out of it. Harvey Weinstein had so many chicks that he banged, and he's a nasty, ugly, fat fucker, but he knew, you want to get that movie role? Come over here, suck this dick, and you'll be in the next movie. And you know what? They did it. So I don't feel fucking bad for them. 30 years later, you come out and you start crying. He made me suck his dick. Meanwhile, you're like, you got a movie contract. You got a fucking, you got a fucking music contract. You're a top model. You've been in magazines and everything. Fuck you. You all got something. It's just like the kids who slept with Michael Jackson, right? He's a pedophile. He slept with little children. Well, how did they get there? Did a 6-year-old drive himself there, or did his mother pack a little bag and say, "Here, he's wearing his little fucking Barney underwears. He looks really cute in them. Let him wear them." So it's bullshit. They're all in on it. You all had something to gain from it. You didn't. You all waited. I don't give a fuck about the Epstein files. Fungal that shit. They weren't fucking chicks. 16-year-old girl. He was with a 16-year-old girl. Dude, let me tell you something. When I worked at the strip club when I was younger, right? There were girls there that were 15 and nobody knew because they had fake IDs.
They were that
young?
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Fake IDs back when you didn't have the fucking picture on the ID. And even if you did, they looked like they were fucking 25.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some miles on some of them girls. You know what I mean? So it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. They're all in on it. Their parents were in on it. Their parents will get to that fucking island. Go meet Bill Clinton. Get in there, Monica Lewinsky. You wouldn't even know her name today. If you said Monica Lewinsky, people wouldn't go, "Oh, is that the girl that was the intern for?" No, the only reason why you know her name is because she fucking took Bill Clinton's Spakim, and she was smart enough to fucking let it drip all over her fucking clothes. She ate some of it, spit it on her clothes, and rubbed it in. So, because she knew if one day they were going to question her, I got the Spakim on my clothes. And what happened to him? Nothing. He's still married to that beast, right? Did he spend a day in jail for it? No. They're lying. So they're not victims. They're not victims. Okay.
Michael Jackson would have the kids sleep over, and he'd tell the parents, "You're gonna stay in the hotel room, like right down the block." Like
they knew what was going on.
Kid, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
What's your name, Joe? They knew what was going on. He didn't. First of all, I don't think he did anything wrong. It's inappropriate for an adult man who's already in his 40s and 50s and stuff, sleeping in his underwear with a little 7-8-year-old in his. But those kids are now adults, and every one of them swears, "Look, I would tell you, it didn't do anything to me." But I think he just being like one of the kids, like, look, my pee-pee's bigger than yours, and they're like, "Well, but you're black." No, I'm just saying, they're fucking.
Well, he didn't have a childhood. He didn't have a childhood.
He didn't touch any of them. Right. He had a fucking amusement park in his fucking front. But not one of those kids today. They're all adults. They could come out and say, "My parents pushed me. He did this to me." Not one of them. Not one. So I don't believe he did anything wrong. But I believe their parents were in on it. They all see an opportunity, just like in that movie Bruno or whatever it was, where he fucking said, "I'll get your daughter. Your daughter will be the star of the movie. She's 35 pounds at 5, but I want her to lose 15 pounds. And they're like, "Jesus, that'll make her like 20 pounds. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll do it. I guess maybe we'll make her eat once a week or something. They'll do anything to get their kid in there. There's the proof.
Yep. John Saldi, boys, what's up? What's up, John?
John Saldi, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on, my man? Let's see it. The army guy says Billy Eyebrow.
Billy Eyebrow. Dude, that's an ugly, but she looks like, what she looks like? She looks like a female version of Angus Young when he was younger. He played the guitar. He wears the same fucking outfit and shit with those knickers or whatever the fuck they are, pants, I said knicker, not you know what. So shut up.
William Allen, the anti-award shows. It's all BS. Yeah, these award shows.
William Allen, yes.
Who wants to hear, actors and actors of
all
politics?
These rich people fucking telling you what's up. All these movie stars who live in fucking gated communities. You know what? Why don't you take one of these savages in? You let one of these savages from another country come in. Watch what happens. You'll be let them in your fucking house. Why are you living in a gated fucking house with fucking you see Tyrus on Fox News? He used to be a bodyguard for. He was Snoop Dogg's bodyguard years ago. Okay. And he said, "Bro, these people they're impossible to be around." He said that they go in when they even do a show. Everybody has to bow to them, kiss their ass, sit in the green room. I wanted Skittles and fruit salad. And how come I said no red Skittles. So they have to have a fucking intern come run in. "I'm sorry. Oh my God, we didn't have time. Here, get the red Skittles out of here. We're so sorry. We're so sorry. You know what? I don't want to even hear it. Get out. Get out." They're like that. You're gonna take fucking advice from them? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yep. Dan says, I'd rather chew broken glass than watch the Grammys. Oh, me too.
I won't watch that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that stuff.
I won't watch that shit. You got to be kidding me. They're all sitting there fucking together. They're disgusting. Bruce Springsteen. I used to love Bruce Springsteen when I was younger. You know, like the Rosalita and all. But if you listen, Joe Pietaro opened my eyes to that shit. Like Born in the USA. If you listen to the words of that it sounds great. Born in the USA. Like, yeah, man. But listen to the words. He's talking about going to Vietnam, killing the yellow man, and all this other shit. And all, you know, like it's all fucked up.
Yep. The dude, we got Bush. Hello, fellas.
Yes, the dude, we got the dude. You should hang out with my friend Mike Dietz. He's always we got Bush. Sometimes I always thought that was him, but
Sky B said, "Let's get Bleckman on here. Bottomless ribeyes."
No, but let me tell you, Bleckman's a good man. Steve Bleckman's my guy. Dave and John are beating that shit to death almost 20 years later.
William Allen said, just like Billy Bob Thornton said, take your award and get the fuck off the stage.
It wasn't Billy Bob Thornton. Well, maybe he said that too, because I picture him saying that shit. But it was Ricky Gervais who said, come up here, thank your agent, thank your God, and then get the fuck off, you know, go fuck off, because nobody gives a shit about your opinion. You're totally out of touch with reality. You're out of touch.
Yeah.
Nobody, Joe, listen. You go in a fucking grocery store right now. You want a head of lettuce? Go get a head of lettuce. You want a watermelon? Go get a watermelon. You want tomatoes? Go get tomatoes. Nobody's stopping the people from picking. Nobody's gonna. The poor immigrants. They're not gonna be able to pick They're not going after the immigrants. You fucking fools. Those people have work visas. That started fucking 100 years ago. Their great grandparents, their grandparents, they all have visas. They come here. They make a lot of money picking the crops, and they bring that scuttle back to Mexico. Okay, nobody's stopping that. There's no fucking shortage of go down fucking Little Italy where the Italians are. The fucking the Mexicans are cooking all the food. The Mexicans are Guatemalans. It's not none of that shit's ending. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, they got a couple schools by me over here that are protesting ICE. It's like, come on, man.
Listen. I just gotta say one thing. My girlfriend's sister was in an ICE facility for a little bit. You know what I mean? And she even said, not for nothing, but it was pretty cool in there because they had like endless food, and you can go into one section. She used to get her hair braided, and they had fun watching all kinds of movies, playing video game. Boo, 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 boo. You know what I mean?
Get out of here!
They had a counter with all kinds of junk food on it. Oh, give me some Kit Kats. I'll take those Skittles, throw out the red ones. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's not like they're not sitting in lockdown and fucking, like commandant. Like then it's not like fucking. What they're trying to say, concentration camps. Get out of here.
That's crazy, Holly Winkler says, hey, everybody. Hey, what's up, Holly?
Holly, what's going on?
Greg, did you see on Netflix, by the way, that guy, Alex Holland, he climbed the building free, a skyscraper in Taiwan, or whatever, Taiwan,
Is that the one who was doing pull-ups and he fell?
He didn't fall. No, he didn't fall. He climbed the whole thing, and they did it live on Netflix. And they had it set that in case he did fall, they had something to go to, but he did it climbing without a rope.
You got to Google the guy that did it. He was a Japanese guy. Pretty sure he was Japanese, and he did it to the highest building. And he was a legend. He was known for this shit. And he was up there and he was doing pull-ups. And then all of a sudden he went down like this, and he was trying to pull up, and it was wind blowing him like this, because when you're up there, there's fucking all kinds of winds and shit. And he fell, and that was it. To the ground. He fell. It's on YouTube. Google. Like
I gotta check it out. This guy's name is Alex.
He climbed the top building. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
His name is Alex. He's pretty. He climbs all these rock climbing things, and he did it live on Netflix. They did like a whole show about it, and he did it live and everything. And his family were watching. No ropes, nothing. He did it. But it was like, holy shit.
This guy did it. He didn't have ropes. So he did like 2 or 3 pull-ups first, and then all of a sudden, I guess a gust of wind came, and then he was trying to pull up. And he couldn't pull up, and people were like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And he had his boys, which were in the next building. They were filming it, and it's on YouTube. You can see it's very famous footage. And all of a sudden, he just lets go, and that was it. He was dead.
Done. No way. I couldn't do any of that. Rock climbing like that. No way.
Me neither. I'm afraid of heights, bro. I have friends that jump out of airplanes. I'm like, dude.
I did bungee jump. I did bungee jump before, and like I said, that was pretty tough to do. The guy pushed me because I couldn't go. But.
I think you told me that, but did you see yourself almost hitting the bottom and like bounce back up, or?
Yeah, because I couldn't go. Once I got to the top, they tell you, it says not refundable. So when you get to the top, if you don't want to do it, you can't. There's no.
Were you shitting your pants on the way down or no? Did you think you were gonna die?
Yes, it's that dream where you fall. That's exactly what it feels like. There's no control, and you're going.
Let me ask you a question. Once it was over, like you did the bouncing thing a little bit, did they pull you right up, or were you shitting your
They
pants?
let you go on the ground.
Oh, okay.
They let you go. They brought you down.
Did you get off like?
Oh yeah, I was like, never again. Fuck that. Fuck that. I did it. I did it. I was in Florida, my friend. We were drinking a little bit, and we were, so I was like, we'll do it together. That was it. Never again.
Dude, I would have shit my pants. I swear to God, I'm not joking around. I would have actually shit my pants on the way down. Forget about it. You would sort of plop like this.
Yeah. And the guy, when I got up there, was making jokes. Like the guy before, like when I got up there and he strapped me in, it was like a harness through my balls and over like this. And when he was strapping me in, he goes, "Oh, we just replaced the last bungee. It snapped. I'm sorry." And he was like doing stuff like, I'm like, dude, come on, man. He was joking around. And he says, when I counted 3, you jump. And he said 1, 2, and I didn't move. So he goes, all right. And then I didn't move. He's like, all right, let's try it again. He said, put your hands to the side. And he goes, 1, 2, and he pushed me.
Oh, fucking Joe. Were you like screaming, "Motherfucker"? You know what I mean? Like I would have been
15, I think it was 15 stories.
Oh, Joe, I would have fucking died. Look, I'm actually sitting here. My legs are going back and forth. I'm nervous right now hearing that shit. I don't like that. I don't like heights.
15 stories. I was like, motherfucker.
Never do it. I couldn't even stand at the edge, even if there was a giant railing like this. And I look over, I'll get like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you're looking up, it doesn't look that bad. But then when you get to the top finally and you look down, you're like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I used to sunbathe on the roof of the house here. I'd climb up off the porch. I couldn't do any of that shit now. When I was young, because I was very athletic, I could climb up, fucking hang, pull up. I couldn't do that now. I'd shit my pants.
Yeah. I was the Ralph Cramden. Humana.
I bet, Joe, when you were on your way down, you didn't get that nervous feeling like your dick shrinks about this big and shit, and you're like, I'm gonna die, you know?
Yeah, I did. My stomach was in my ass, man. I was, it was bad, man.
How long ago was that? Well, you weren't with Morella then, were you?
No. This must have been you know when it was? It was when Mickey Mantle died, because I was in Florida when Mickey Mantle died.
I remember that, yeah.
So that had to be whatever year that was, 2005, maybe?
Something like 20-something.
Maybe 95, maybe? I don't know.
It was a long time ago. I think it was in the 90s. I forget.
Yeah, it was in the 90s. Maybe 95 or 6. That's
Dude, just thinking about that, my dick right now is like when coming out of a swimming pool. I get nervous. I don't like that.
Yeah, because I remember the paper Mickey Mantle had died, and we were saying, oh my God, couldn't believe it when I was in Florida.
Good thing when you were on your way down, did you like see Mickey Mantle? You're gonna die.
Yes. And it was funny. When you come down, it's in a giant airbag, right? And the airbag on the poster, it's printed out in a giant X, like a death like tombstone on the ground. So they make it like funny.
What's the airbag for? In case this fucking thing snaps, you're gonna hit the airbag. Yeah. So you snap your neck, you'll be like living like this in a fucking. Exactly. Gonna fucking move around in the fucking. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. It was crazy. Obviously, Dan says, "Yeah, whatever happened to Peter Barbarian's music career? I thought it was supposed to take off." Jesus, that's not taking off.
Go on his YouTube video. Go on his YouTube. Okay, he's got like fucking 600 people, whatever. Watch. He sits there and he's playing the guitar. He used to play guitar, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that real? Is that fucking real?
Mm-hmm.
Go watch that video. It's like so out of key, and it's one of those like, I just ate a granola bar. I see the birds and the trees and the flowers and the bee. I made a rhyme. It's like really bad shit, bro. Really bad. And it's what I just did right there was like I could have won a Grammy for that compared to how he was like off key, like remember the Little Rascals or Silver Screen Submarine Band? That shit, it was like that. Like somebody was sitting in front of him eating a lemon and his mouth was watering.
Sky B said, "Let's get Valentino on the Joe Rogan show."
No, Joe Rogan doesn't like me. Me and we've had a few little wordy poos. Remember that guy? What's his name? Austin, whatever his name was on there talking good about him. He's like, oh fuck him. But he's also we've had a tweeter a long time ago. Him and I, because he's all into that whole you did Senthol shit, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Raw Dog said, "What's up, guys? Checking in from the show."
I was supposed to do the Patrick Bet David, but I had throat cancer, and then he booked me a second time. Then I had the second throat cancer surgery. Then that's when he was in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was supposed to do that. I could tell you the exact date. It was I had the operation on February 13th. He wanted me there on February 12th. I couldn't do it. I can't go fly in there and then the next come home on an airplane and go right to the hospital to have cancer surgery on my throat. You know what I mean? So we postponed it. But the problem is they didn't get it all. So in 3.5, 4 weeks later, I had to have another fucking surgery, and that's when he booked me for the second one. Ironically, a day or two before, I couldn't do it. I had to. It was bad. I had a growth, a tumor in my throat. It was cancer. You know.
Mm-hmm. Ruben Sanchez, what's up, everyone? What's going on?
What's up, Ruben? How you doing, brother?
What's going on? Rick Simon says Gregg's on Epstein's island. Yes, Gregg. We found out Gregg was on that island.
Yes, I was. No, listen. Let me tell you. Anybody that was on that island, including the victims. You're 16, 17 years old, even if you were 50, you know what you're doing. Stop that shit. Your parents put you up to it. How'd you get there? Who gave you the thing? What'd you do? Tell your mother, I'm going to go stay at Amy's house for like 2 weeks, you know? Bullshit. Mm-hmm. Your parents knew what you were doing. They were all in on it. You get something out of it, you know? You're around all those billionaires, you know, you get some scotto, right? You come home with fucking thousands of dollars, maybe get a little modeling contract. Now you're doing a few little scenes in movies and shit. You know what I mean? Give me a break.
Yeah. I'm a history buff like you, Gregg. Mm-hmm. You know, you like history.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
I saw this great documentary about Titanic. Mm-hmm. And you know that the captain was warned like 10 times. He was warned like 10 times.
Yes.
And if they would have hit the iceberg straight on, they would
have survived.
They would have survived.
Because it hit the thing on the side and it fucking did. And you know what's funny? Those things weren't all the way up. The compartment should have been all the way up, but the water spilled over like that. Yes.
Yes. And also they said that if he would have called the ship, another ship that was maybe, I don't know, 30 miles away or something, it might have made it there in time to get the people. And that there was a bunch of lifeboats that were not even not even full. They were just sending them out. They were not.
There were lifeboats with 5-6 people in it, and then they could have got everybody out. It was that was crazy shit, man.
Yeah, crazy shit, you know. But they said,
you know what's funny? If you go outside, right? You know when it's like fucking 0 degrees. I mean, like 0 outside, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I always say to my girlfriend, imagine this, like if we were on a Titanic, this is how cold it was. And then you had to get plunged into that ocean, which the ocean had ice in it. Now, for the ocean to have ice, do you know how cold it has to be?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't even freeze salt water. It's very hard. Do you know how cold? So you're out there, and then you go in that water. That's what killed people. It was hypothermia. They didn't drown. They died of hypothermia.
I think the Museum of Natural History in New York had a exhibit of cold water where you could put your hand in it, and it was actually how cold the water was when the Titanic sunk. And you're allowed to put your hand in it to feel it and see how long you keep your hand in it. Dude, you put it in there, it feels like knives going through your hand. It's so cold. Maybe 10 seconds I could hold it, and then I had to pull it out.
Dude, you could do the same thing with my mother-in-law. Stick your hand down the front of her pants, and you'd feel like it's being stabbed with a million knives. And all it is she didn't shave her box.
Well, if she was on a Titanic,
that thing would have sunk before it hit the fucking thing.
That's true.
The sharks would have bit her and been like, they would have fucking died like this.
Yeah, she would have been the iceberg, but you know
they could have all clinged to her and floated.
Yeah, they floated all the way back to, Mexico. What do we got here? Rick Simon says, "Damn, Gregg, you're going mental in your old age."
Well, Rick, I guess I love you, Rick, but you might be into that woke stuff. Like Donald Trump is so bad, and it's okay to feel that way. Not everybody has to feel the same way I do. I mean, it's just the beauty of the world, right? We all, some people like vanilla, some people like chocolate, some people like strawberry. You know what I mean? Everybody's different.
Yep. Raw Dog says, Gregg, enema live stream. You got to do an enema live stream.
I should, right?
Mm-hmm. You should.
For the right amount of money, I would.
Mm-hmm. John Mancini said, I heard something about Biden's wife, ex-husband, not sure what was that about.
Committed a murder. Yeah, he's a murder. Yeah, that's another old. That fucking guy's a fossil, Biden. I mean, the kid and the ex-wife. I mean, his wife is. Forget it. She's no doctor. She's a school teacher that got her got her PhD. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Biden.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she got a PhD. She's not an MD. She's a school teacher who got her a PhD. You know what I mean? Like, certain school teachers or doctors, like the ones that do like guidance counselors and all that stuff. They're not real doctors. They're PhD, all that bullshit. Whatever.
Yep. Steve Z said, good golly, it's Miss Holly.
Oh, Steve Z.
Steve Z, I don't know.
I got to get Steve on. Steve's fucking fun. Dude, Steve would get pulled over under the L. The cops will pull him over, and the cop goes, you don't know. He's just a wise ass, too. And his father was a cop, so he, in NYPD. So he'll tell the cop, the cop's like, where are you going? He's going, I'm not going to your mother's house. That's where I'm not. Like, he says the most fucked up shit where I'm like, I can't believe you said that shit, bro. And I don't know how he gets out of it, but he gets out of
And
it.
he gets out of it. The cops don't say anything
No,
to
he
him.
says shit. He'll say the stupidest, fucking craziest shit to these guys, and he gets out of it. He'll tell you. If I ever got him, one day I got to get him to come over to the house and sit next to me here. Forget about it.
Exactly.
No idea. He don't give a shit. You know.
And Holly says, "You've been stalking any statues lately?"
Holly, you stay away from my statues. I'm gonna make one of Raleigh. I should.
Keith says, "No, Momos. What's up, man?"
Keith, what's up, my brother?
Let's see. John Mancini says, "LOL, Molly. His mother-in-law is a new statue. LOL."
There's not enough cement or clay in the world for me to make a statue out of that.
Dan says the Epstein files that they release are probably the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure we'll never get to the bottom of any of it.
Dan, if there was something in there under against Trump, they would have used it against him. So what? Trump knew him. I don't give two shit. Do you really care? Yeah. I mean, every single one. Look, Bill Clinton was in. They show Bill Clinton in a hot tub with one of those girls. Well, I don't give a fuck. You think that I feel? Oh, that poor girl. That poor girl. I feel bad for Bill. I mean, he's married to Hillary. But listen to me. You're sitting in there. That chick wasn't like an 8-year-old. She was probably 16, 17. I think she was 17. But regardless, it don't matter. What was she doing there? How did she get there? Her mother dropped her off, packed her fucking suitcase for her. Wear condoms. Make sure he wears condoms. Okay. They weren't victims. Why did they wait all this time to come out? As soon as Epstein dies, all this shit comes out. I know some stuff came out years ago, but that's all bullshit. That's because, once they stop making money, they're all making money with him. That's why. Once he stops making money for them, all of a sudden they all want to throw him under the bus. They're not victims. I don't give a fuck. You're not a victim when you're in on it, or your parents are in on it. All those kids that Michael Jackson slept with, their parent. You think a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, drove himself to Michael Jackson's place and no. No. Did the parents say the kid's missing? No. The parents dropped them off to do it. They knew what was going on. And I don't think he did anything. It was inappropriate to sleep with a kid. Yes. Your parents put you into that.
Yeah. I mean, the parents were probably starstruck. It was to see.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Macaulay Culkin, all of them that slept, you know what I mean? The other kid there, the fucking Corey Haim.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman, yeah, Corey Haim's dead. But, they're saying, you never touched me. I would tell you if he touched me. I mean, Corey Feldman talks about all these other fucking Hollywood people doing shit with him, but he said, I'm sorry, but Michael Jackson didn't do anything. And his parents pushed him into that shit. Well, I think they're mental cases when they get older.
Yep.
All of them are mental cases. So all those kid actors are mental cases because their parents are like, do whatever it takes. Again, watch the movie Bruno. Watch the scene where he's casting for a movie and he's trying to get a fucking 5, 6-year-old who weighs 35 pounds to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds or whatever it was. And the parents like, Jesus Christ, you'll be 20 pounds. Okay, we'll do it. And it wasn't acting. It was legit shit. So.
Holly Winkler says, oh, Lord, poor mother-in-law. Does your mother-in-law know who ICE is, Greg? Does she know who ICE is?
She was arrested. Yes. Of course she did. She was arrested.
Okay, I didn't know if she knows who ICE is.
Yeah, everybody knows who ICE is, sure.
Sky B, I can listen to Greg ramble for hours. He always comes up with funny stories. LOL.
Thank you, Sky. I appreciate that, my brother.
He always does. Yeah. Capuchin says the only thing that was good about the award shows was Ricky Gervais. Ricky
Gervais was unbelievable. It was great. It was so good. Those actors were like, they were laughing when they were saying shit. They were looking at each other like, holy shit. Did he just say what I think he said? Like they were like, like more laughing out of embarrassment and like,
Yeah.
I mean, see Tom Hanks said, looking around. Meanwhile, you see his son, Chet Hanks. Go Google about Chet Hanks, his son. His son's like, my father's a fucking piece of shit. He's a fucking, you don't know.
Tom Hanks' kid?
Tom Hanks' son. Google him. You can Google him right now. We're talking
His name
is Chet. There's one that's a movie star that plays the game. But then there was one that's like an outcast. He's loaded with tattoos. He's been in prison and all that shit. But because his father, he's the older one, I think. And he's the one who's gotten like all kinds of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, because he comes out with shit against his parents, Yeah.
That film industry, Hollywood is
David Beckham. Look at David and Victoria Beckham. Didn't they just do some bullshit? The wedding with his fucking son. His son wants nothing to do with them. He said his mother even like was bumping on him, like grinding, rubbing her crotch on him and shit at the wedding. Like, they're all fucking nuts. Celebrities are nuts. If you people don't know that, they're nuts.
Yep. Let's see. At Pain Like Bane, I like red Skittles.
I don't like
Alright.
Skittles. I don't.
You don't eat candy at all, though.
No, I don't eat candy. But I mean, the thing is, it's because I don't like. I mean, yeah, I'm diabetic, but it doesn't do anything. Like I don't crave. Like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like I don't like. That's not my thing. I'm Italian. I don't even like. Like I don't really eat the pastries either. I'm not into that. I just don't like.
When you
I
were
don't
a
like
kid, did you eat
donuts.
that? When you were a kid, did you eat like potato chips and like candy?
Yeah, but it wasn't my like the thing I liked. The only candy bar I liked was like Baby Ruth bars. You know, I like that. But I don't crave that anymore. The only junk food, there's 3 junk foods I ate, basically during my life. One was chocolate chip cookies, right? The kind your mom used to make, or the PTA ladies, when you go to school and moms made and they were fucking like bendy and like, oh my God, or the chewy brownies that moms used to make at the PTA or at school, you get those chewy fucking brown, or like vanilla ice cream. Other than that, I'm like a really bore whore with food. Even with regular foods, I eat the same thing. It's just that's the way I am. It has nothing to do with bodybuilding or anything. It's what I like. I just don't like that stuff. Like I never drank coffee. I never take like ew. Like I smell it. It smells like shit to me. I've tasted tea, but I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like like iced tea. You know what I mean? I don't like that shit. I'm very picky. I'm like a really picky guy. Yeah.
You don't like coffee because of the taste, or because it gives you the same effect?
Not the caffeine. I'll fucking drink caffeine.
You love caffeine,
I love caffeine, but I don't like that smell and that. I just don't like it. It's got nothing to do with the caffeine. I drink caffeine drinks. I take pre-workout. So it has nothing to do with that. Again, none of that shit has anything to do with bodybuilding. It's not like no, I don't like candy bars because I'm a bodybuilder. It has nothing to do with that. Not even close. It has to do it. I just don't like it. It's like donuts. Like I can't eat a donut. Donuts repeat on me. I don't know. I don't see it. My girlfriend loves donuts. I can't eat donuts. Like cannolis, all that cream and shit in the middle. It's like vanilla ice cream. I like vanilla ice cream, but I'm not. I like the soft shit. Like the Carvel, that kind of shit.
Yeah. The Arm Guy 2001 says Post Malone's performance of Black Sabbath War Pig at the Grammys with Slash, Duff McKagan, and Chad Smith.
I didn't see it, but I love War Pigs. That was one of my jams when I was young, bro. I started watching Black Sabbath in 1969. My next door neighbor turned me onto it. 1969.
Wow.
That's a long time ago. That's when Ozzy Osbourne was young and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. John Mancini said, I can just imagine the Super Bowl commercials all woke. Oh, yeah, that might happen. Oh my God.
I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I don't give 2 fucks about that shit. I don't care who wins. I don't give a fuck about the commercials. I don't want to see no halftime fucking bad vagina or whatever his name is. I don't give 2 shits about that. You know what I'm saying? It's stupid shit to me.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. I can't.
I don't like football. I don't like football. So that right there, why would I watch when I don't like it?
Yeah, you're not interested in the Super Bowl, though, right? You don't care. No. That's funny because you played it and you were good at it.
I did play it. I was really good. I was the best kid on the team, but I don't like football. My father shoved football up my ass, first of all. Second of all, and my father and I had a great relationship, but you want to talk about somebody sick with football? He'd watch 2 games at one time. It was like sick. I mean, he was sick. And his famous saying is holding on every play, like whenever there was holding number 23 on a kicking team. Like, he used to be like, Jesus Christ, there's holding on every play. What do you even call that for? But he was like, and I had a pretty good sense of it when I played football. I was a linebacker and I was a running back. And the thing is that I don't know. I just don't like it. I just didn't like it at all. I told you that story where I scored I intercepted the ball, scored that touchdown and shit. And then I threw the ball at my father's head because he was screaming at me. I was the captain of the team, and he asked, do you want to take the play? Which, and then it's halftime, it ends, or you take the penalty 15 and they get another shot at the goal. And I'm like this, and I took my father screaming, take the play. And I'm like, oh, I'll take the penalty. And my father's like, Jesus Christ. And he's jumping up and down on the fucking side. And the coach is freaking out. Everybody's like, well, you idiot, you fucking, and so I intercept the ball, literally almost in the end zone. Like on a 1 yard line, I fucking run all the way down, score a touchdown, throw the ball at my father's head because I was so upset. Now it's halftime. And I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting on my helmet, and I'm kind of like crying a little bit like this. And the guys are coming up to me, yo, what a fucking play. And I'm like, get away from me. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't even enjoy it. I fucking hated it. You couldn't even enjoy it. Just go to time. I fucking, that's an incredible play, but I fucking hated every moment of it. Hated it. So,
Yeah.
I was already jacked in high school. Steve Z knows me. Yeah.
We were in high school.
I was already in high school, bro. You kids seeing the pictures of me at 18, 19. Dave Palumbo was even just showing it the other day. I look like a bodybuilder from today. You know what I'm saying? I had every body part, and I was already jacked like that. So when I was playing football, kids was, even though I'm short, kids were scared of me. You know what I mean? I would fucking, I was a good linebacker. I had a sense of fucking, I could see when, a running back would be looking at that hole. I knew, okay, he's going to go in the 4 hole or whatever. I knew. But I just don't like football. I just don't like it. So fuck that.
All right. John Mancini says, I was shocked to watch it live. Yes, the guy climbing the building live. It was live, and that was in Taiwan. Yes, it was live.
I'm telling you, watch the guy that falls. It's on YouTube. Very famous guy, too.
Yeah, well, that's what like George Carlin said. We all love to watch a good train wreck.
You know what George Carlin said? Don't you love a good disaster? He said, I root for the fire when you see the fucking fire comes into the hills in California and it burns down all the mansions of all those rich people. And he said, you know what they do? They build back in the same spot. And then what happens? A couple years later, the fire comes back and it takes out all those houses. And he goes, that's my fire. I root for that fire. And you know what I like? All these, what I hate, every time there's a fucking any disaster. First of all, you got the person on the side. The governor and I, and they're doing, dude, you got closed caption. What do you need to fucking have a sign language person? And the person's always very adamant. And it's always a woke thing where, and you're loud in. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I don't need to watch it. And it takes your mind. You're trying to watch the fire. And they always I got to thank the fire chief. I got to thank the police chief. We want to thank all the first responders. Dude, that's their job. What do you need to thank them for? They did their job. Thank you. Thank you for doing your job. Let me tell you something. Bill Parcells. When we get into football, Bill Parcells. I remember when the Giants won the fucking Super Bowl in like 1986 or whatever the fuck it was, right? And back then I used to watch. But anyway, I remember Mark Bavaro caught a pass or something like that, ran through all these guys and he fucking scored or whatever, right? And at the end of the game, the fucking press people go, so, Bill, what did you think about when Bavaro caught that ball and he ran for the touchdown, whatever? And he goes, what do you mean, what do I think? You must have been like your lady. He goes, no. He goes, what am I supposed to do? He goes, that's what he's supposed to do. That's his job. He's a receiver. He catches the ball, he runs, and that's his job, right? He goes, I don't give praise unless you go over and above what you're supposed to do. He said, now, it's a different if some guy runs, intercepts on a defense, and then runs and scores a touchdown, like I did. Then he gives them praise. But that's the way I am. You're going to thank, like, I'd like to thank the police chief. I'd like to thank the mayor. Dude, for what? They did their job. That's their job.
That's true. That's true. Brady McLean. Hi, Joe and Greg. Best show on YouTube. Thank you, Brady.
Thank you. Thank you, Brady.
Kapushin says, hey, Greg, I don't know, Greg. I think someone is a victim if their parents pressure them into something. It's vile as hell that parents could do that. Kids are the victim.
They're victims to an extent, but you know what? They knew what they were doing. They go along with it. And you're not a victim when you're 16, 17 years old. Let me tell you something. You're 17 years old. You're 16 years old. I want to get in movies. I want to be a star. I want to be I'm going to be a content creator. I want to start my own podcast or do my own YouTube channel. Catch me on Twitch, on Twitter, on TikTok. Dude, you're a dime a dozen. Get over that shit. Nobody look at these girls today. I see hot girls. They got 1 million followers, right? 1 million, and all they do is lip sync 5 seconds to a song. Baby, hit me one more time. And they're sitting there, and because they're hot and they've done their makeup and the lighting's just right, and maybe they got or they bounce up and down like this and do a little dance like that, right? And you see their titties and that little fucking 17-year-old tiny little ass that I love. Let me tell you something. I don't feel bad. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad. It's different if their parents they're not saying my mother forced me to do that shit. Not one of them has said that. Not one. Not one of them said, I wouldn't have gone to that audit. My mom made me go to that audit. My father. No, they were probably told their parents, I want to get into movies. You know what I mean? Like that little girl in the movie. What was that movie? Willy Wonka. I want it now, Daddy. I want it now. That's not a victim.
Steve Z said, Greg is Sloth Goonies, baby Ruth.
Oh, Steven.
I told him I told TZ we should all go to your house one day and we'll figure it out, but
I'll get him to come. I'll get him to sit here with me one day.
Yeah, maybe you're gonna have another day with Dave coming to your house for dinner.
No, these guys would like Steve. These guys got a really good personality. He's fucking crazy, He's nuts.
Yeah.
He's nuts. And that's me and him caroused the city for many years together.
Joe Matarazzo, every year they get some shitty performer. I just rewatched Prince's halftime show for 2008.
I mean, it's all, and everything is woke today. It's just woke, you know what I mean? Like the poor Native Americans, and we stole their land, Shit, what was that, 1492 when a fucking Mayflower arrived? I mean, come on, bro. Stop that shit. Well, whose land did we steal?
Yeah.
What tribe do we owe the money to? Who do we pay for that land? Which one? All of them. They hated each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And the halftime show during football was not a big thing at one time. It was nothing. And then it started to develop. I remember the Wayne brothers, they had that show on Fox 5, and they did something. And that's when they beat the ratings out of the Super Bowl.
Living Color.
Living Color, yes. When they did something during the Super Bowl show or something, it blew up, and it took all the spotlight away from the Super Bowl. So then the Super Bowl got Michael Jackson, and then it became a whole, halftime spectacle.
Then he got his sister's titty popped out by accident on purpose.
Justin Timberlake, all that bullshit.
Everybody's a victim. But I'm tired of that shit though today. And now everything is like mock Jesus, mock Trump, mock the red-blooded Americans who overwhelmingly fucking, whether you like him or not. I'm sorry, but the guy won all 7 fucking swing states, and he won by a landslide, probably the biggest landslide in recent modern history. You know what I mean? You want Kamala Harris? Would you really think that Kamala Harris would have been a better president? And Tim Waltz is the fucking VP. Imagine that.
Yeah. And she didn't even get nominated for that.
No, she didn't even. She wasn't even the first. The Democratic Party wouldn't have even chosen her. No. And you guys would have wanted that, Rick. If you're watching, did you want that? Look, I know you don't like Donald Trump, but guess what? Okay, the price of beef is still up, but I just paid 99 cents for eggs. Okay, when Joe Biden was here, $8. I'm paying $1 less for gas. When Joe Biden was here, at one point it was almost $4. Okay, it's over here in New York right now. It's $2.70, whatever it is. Up the street here.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that shit.
Did you hear about Gavin Newsom wanted with the electric cars in California? Want to now charge for mileage?
Yeah, he's out of his mind. First of all, my niece has it. You guys are fucking nuts, man. My niece has a fucking Tesla. That bitch will call me up. What are you doing? I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sitting there charging the car for, I got 60%. I said, how long you been here? 40 minutes. I'm like, oh, 40 minutes, 60%. That's what I want to do. I want to sit just somewhere like this. Now, she's young, so she can go on a fucking, do this all day. I don't do that, okay? So I'd be sitting in a fucking car like this, staring. I'd have every tree, every fucking building, every bird, it'd be in my brain. Speaking of that, 1 second, guys, I got to pee. Hold on 1 second.
What's up, guys? All right, let me read some more questions here. We got here, it says, John Mancini says, same Holly. Usually when I get pizza, I get buffalo chicken with grilled veggies, pineapple, eggplant with no cheese. Oh, John Mancini, you like pineapple pizza? See, I mean, it was okay, but I'm not sure. Road Dog says, Greg, best vacation spot, Epstein Island or Oprah Winfrey's deep freezer. Some of these comments are funny, man. The arm guy 2001 says the Wahoos lost the war. Yeah, they did. They did lose the war. John Mancini, I pay $4 for 12 eggs. That's still kind of, not. It's a little bit high, but it's actually been coming down since what it was. Recently. What else we got here?
Wait, what did John Mancini pay $4 for?
He said $4 for eggs.
Well, John, you're in the wrong spot, brother, because I'm here in New York and I just paid. I put it $2.19 for 18. The 18, the pack in a dozen, $2.19 at ShopRite. Go to ShopRite if you're in New York. And what did the other guy say? So, John was also eating. John, if you're eating fucking pineapple on a pizza, you might have to hand in your guinea card if you're really a guinea. And what did the other guy say about somebody else said something? The first thing.
I forget. This one says, Greg, have you ever been with a girl so fine you wanted to drink her pee?
Yeah, all the time. Wait, who said something about a vacation spot? Something?
It'd be Epstein Island or Oprah Winfrey's deep freezer.
Oh God, Epstein Island for sure. What are you kidding me? What I want? What she got frozen fucking like ice pops in there or something like that, as opposed to.
Yeah.
But you're talking to the wrong guy. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, but you know.
Now, Greg, could you bang a girl with like one leg?
I have.
Oh, you have? Like,
Yeah, I was with Jeannie Silver.
Get
Back in
out.
the yeah. Joe, I told the whole story about that. Yeah.
I
met
didn't
her
know that.
and I fucked around with her. Yeah. She
With one
she
leg?
tried to stick that stump in my ass. I was gonna let her do it too.
How was that?
She,
Was it
my
weird?
friend was with her. She was with we met her at the Harmony Burlesque in New York City. There was nobody there, and me and my friend, I can't say his name because he gets really pissed. Steve Z, you know who I'm talking about. TT, you know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, you know who it is, Steve, the toughie, TT.
So you with
anyway, we went there, and he fucked around with Susie Nero, and I fucked around with Jeannie Silver. Now, you know, we had some good fun.
And it wasn't weird.
Long jeans. No, she was really cute. No, it's not that. It's just a leg. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, she was cute. My friend was with her friend, who's a famous porn star, Susie Nero. You can Google her. Okay, she's a little bit big, you know, and I was with you. There was nobody there, so we went to town. Yep.
Okay. All right. What about no limbs at all? Just did you ever see that girl on Instagram? I think she has no limbs.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little fucking weird, a little bit, but I mean, it depends. If she's really cute and got a nice face, you know, she got a face like
if she looked like Ariel Grande.
Amber Heard or something when she was young. She looks like what?
Ariel Grande. Adriana Grande.
Oh, yeah. Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
With no limbs.
I use her as my pillow at night. You know, now you're not leaving. You got to walk out of here on your own.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull that fucking Bronx tail. Now you don't get to leave.
Now you can't leave.
Now you can't leave unless you can walk out on your own.
Yeah, I can definitely see that with you having that in your Addams family household. You have,
yeah, dude, we're nuts over here. We like, you know, the weird shit is my thing. You know.
Let's see. Steve Z said, "True. Greg is the first muscular person seen besides on TV. I seen besides on TV when I was a kid."
Yeah, back then. Yeah, I know. You know how long I know Steve? I think it was 1977, Steve, because that was that party where Peterson had. You know, when you met. You know, like that was 77. So that's when I met. I've known Steve Z since 1977.
Wow,
that's how long I know him. That's a long time.
Yeah, Holly said it's just a leg. Yeah,
that's it, right, Holly? She was very cute. She was very cute. And my friend was going to town on Susie Nero. He gets pissed because I brought his name up on here. Steve, you know who I'm talking about.
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, I was with one girl who had she actually beautiful girl, but when she talked, she had a really bad stutter, and it was just you could see why she was single all the time, because you got to see that, and it was really annoying. You couldn't really have a conversation with her. So, I mean, I still hooked up with her, but I mean, I couldn't go any farther.
I think Steve fucking hooked up with the girl with the Tourette syndrome, but that's another story.
Really?
But fuck you! But motherfucker.
You ever see that one girl who's always on Instagram? I think that's fake.
Yeah, I think a lot of that shit's fake. Like the girl who couldn't walk forward, she could only walk backwards and all that shit.
Yeah.
And they had videotapes of her. It's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I was watching, they have this show on, I don't know, was it TLC or something? I was one of these crazy shows, and they have weird fetishes. And there's a girl that was eating foam. She would eat like pillow foam.
Oh, I've seen all that. Guy who marries like a school bus, stupid shit like that. You know?
Shit. I'm like, come on, man. This stuff is all made up for TV. The guy had a fetish for tuna. He liked to smell tuna and put tuna on his body. So
I can introduce him to a few chicks. He wouldn't eat that tuna.
That's right. You
know what the blind man said, right? When he was walking by the fish market? Hello, ladies.
Let's see. Raw Dog says, I think I saw Greg on Jerry Springer back in the day. Were you on Jerry Springer?
No.
You never. That's one of the shows you weren't on.
I was on a lot of shows. It might have been somebody else, and you think it's Springer. I was on. Let's see. What was that show I was on? It was in Jerry Springer studio. What was that girl's name again? The Trish Goddard show. Yes, Trisha show. It's on Channel 11. It was Steve Woolcos and Springer. All we're on the same.
Yeah, John Mancini said it. Yes, Strange Addiction. That's the name of the show. Strange Addiction. These people go on there and they have, they love to just, lick lamps and guy likes to put things in his ass. mean, it's just like crazy shit, like eating
You
foam.
know what I hate? The weirdos that's nothing because I don't believe all that shit. But then you get to people like, which I really feel bad for because there's no way that they need obviously serious help. There was a guy who didn't like his leg. He felt like his leg, he would be better off. So he stuck it in that fucking, what is that shit they call, what they would freeze? What's that stuff?
Nitrogen
or whatever it is, or whatever. And it instantly froze, and he broke it off, and now he's got like a stump there. And then there was a chick, a big fat chick. I don't know why she did this. This one really hurts me most because I can relate to it. She took Drano, and she wanted to be blind, so she laid on her fucking couch and dropped a drop of Drano in each eye, and it dissolved her eyeballs. So now she's blind.
Oh
like
my
stupid
God.
shit like that. Those are people that have this weird thing, like a certain body part. They believe like, I don't like my eye, I want it out, and like shit like that. And that's what she did.
Wow.
And now she's blind. I wonder if she would, if she wishes she could reverse that. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. The guy says, Raw Dog says they eat poop on Strange Addiction. Yeah, I saw some guy eating grass. He likes to eat grass.
I've seen all that shit. I've seen porn where they fucking eat shit and stuff. That's nothing.
Yeah, that's
child's play.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
The worst is vomit, though, bro. When I saw, the two girls, one cup, when you see them yakking up vomit and then drinking and vomit, dude, the vomit to me, when I was in school, I remember I was a kid and there was this chick that I liked. I was in like 5th grade, so that's how long ago that was. And she was really fucking cute, and she liked me, and I liked her. And she was coming down the hallway, and I was waiting for her, and all of a sudden she started vomiting that oatmeal, like fucking vomit all over the place. And bro, did that shit stink? And I had dreams even up to like not too long ago where I'm fucking running in that hallway. I slip and it splashes in my mouth and shit. You know what I mean? Like vomit's like the fucking most disgusting thing on the planet. Just smelling that shit.
Crazy. Dan
then
said
the janitor comes over to us, that like peppermints, like fucking sawdust on it to try to get rid of that smell.
Dan said the show is called My Strange Addiction. It's wild. He said, I saw one girl who was addicted to eating glue sticks. See, that wouldn't be bad. When she's eating that, you'd stick your piece of deal in there and it would never come out.
You glue her fucking fucking thing closed.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
No, I'd rather do that. I'd rather eat 100 glue sticks than put acid in your eyeballs and melt them. I mean, like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Or fucking cut your own leg off, with that. What's that shit? Where they stick you, get instantly cold. You know what I mean? That really, like that.
Yeah, it's called nitrogen.
That's it, liquid nitrogen. Right?
Liquid nitrogen. Yeah.
His leg in there and up to the knee, and now it's dead. It's broken. He broke it right off.
Holy shit. Trend Boy 2000 said all the freaks are from Connecticut. Well, I guess so.
Well, I'm in New York, so we're pretty good over here.
John Mancini said True Life used to be a good show on TV. Yeah, I remember the True Life ones with the guy addicted to steroids. And
I don't really watch TV too much, you know what I mean? So I'm not really big on all those TV shows.
What do you watch now? What do you watch? You really don't watch anything, right?
Just a movie or something with her. That's it. We'll watch a movie. I watch, sports shit mostly, but that's it. I don't really watch. I've never ever watched one show on Netflix. I've never ever watched like any of those like Friends or any of those fucking TV shows that everybody watched. Never saw not one episode. I couldn't tell you one episode. None of that shit. Everybody watch. Oh, do you watch that series on Netflix? My Father Fucked My Mother. It's the greatest show. I never watch any of those shows. Never watched one. I don't have a Netflix account or anything. Me and her just watch movies. That's it. If we watch, but I'm not a TV person, so I don't really watch.
You do watch you like history stuff. You watch history.
I do watch history. Yes.
Documentaries.
Excuse me. You got me on that one. Yes. I do watch like the History Channel and everything like that. So I do watch that stuff, but it's got to be something I'm interested in. You know what I mean? If it's like, modern marvels, like, I can't watch like stupid
like
shit.
National Geographic, like on like animals or crazy, like
like all that stuff. Oh, if it's on, but there's not enough of that on TV. You got 100 channels and you're sitting there not fucking one or something you like.
When was the last time you've been in a movie theater?
Oh,
you remember or no?
I'm not sure, but I think it was The Conjuring, the first one. I think because I had to take my daughter and her friends there, and me and Lucy, we sat. I don't really watch the. I like the movie theater. Just can't. Over here in New York, these savages, people talk during the fucking movie, and I'm really bad. I can't tell how many fights I get in a movie theater. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Guy behind you eating popcorn, and he's talking like he's at home. Yeah, I like that scene where she was going in the room, and I'm like, can you fucking whisper that shit? I mean, what the fuck, bro? You know what I mean? Or laughing at, here's a serious scene, and like stupid girls laughing like that over something like her and her little friends. I get psycho, so I can't really go to the movie.
Yep. Dan said Ancient Aliens is a good show. Yeah, that's a pretty good show too.
I watched that stuff, Ancient Aliens. Yes. Do you know that? Wait, what's his name? The guy from Ancient Aliens that has the hair like fucking. He used to be in bodybuilding. He was actually once worked with Wayne DeMilia.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I know.
What's his fucking name? The guy that has the hair. He's a young guy, and he talks. He doesn't have an English accent. He has a little bit of a. What the fuck's his name? I can't believe I forgot. I met him. It's Bob Bonham knew. The guy that has hair like fucking like Albert Einstein, but he's not old. He's young. He's got the hair that sticks up like that. He's always doing the Ancient Alien show. I forgot his name.
I forget, but yeah, that's right. I remember. I know who you're talking about.
He's from bodybuilding. He used to work for the IFBB. Wow. And now he's like Big Willie over there.
Yeah, I love watching those shows. I like those.
Yeah, if they're on, I'll watch that shit. You know what I mean? I like anything history or old or, like shit like that. Like I watch all that. Anything artifacts, like finding dinosaur bones or where they're digging up shit or, like shit like that. I like all that stuff. But I can't watch like shows. I can't watch like, oh my God, on Netflix, did you watch that show? I can't. I can't watch that shit.
Yeah, I'm a big Civil War buff. I do have some Civil War memorabilia.
I had a bunch. My mother fucking threw it out when I moved out of that. When I got married and moved out and shit like that.
Yeah, I have a couple things. I have a couple bullets from the Civil War.
That's one of the things I had, the bullets and shit.
Bullets,
and my mother, and then the shit I gave my son, he fucking, I don't know, my ex-wife threw it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, guys. Well, it's been over an hour. We're gonna be wrapping up. I gotta get ready.
No, has it been over an hour? I feel like it's been a half hour.
Yeah, it feels like that, right? Guys, thank you guys all for watching. Steve Z, we got to get you to come on the show one time. John Mancini, of course. Dan, our boy Dan, of course, thank you so much.
John.
Holly, thanks for tuning in. All you guys. Brady, Dan, John Mancini, Holly. Thank you guys, John Saldi. We will see you guys next week.
Steve said he tried to move you with a bad fart. Oh, I could tell you stories with him. Forget about it. In the nightclubs. He would work the whole nightclub would smell it all in the back. I told you the funniest thing real fast. We were in a nightclub and it was so fucking hot because Steve's a big guy. I mean, he's 6'1" or whatever the fuck he's a big lummox. Like, he's like fucking like 290 or something. He's a big fucking guy. And he was in there and he sweats like a fucking fiend. And they had this giant fan that was like 6 feet and he would blow it onto the crowd and everything. And he stood in front of it. And all the fucking sweat was coming off him like rain in the crowd. And the club kids are like, oh, shit. They're all standing. They didn't realize it was his sweat. They thought the DJ, when they dropped down like the fucking, little snowflakes and shit or whatever they dropped, they thought that's what that was. It was him. We were laughing so fucking hard, me and my friends. I couldn't breathe because he's standing and he's laughing because it's all his sweat blowing off him. I love you, dude.
All right, brother Greg, I'll talk to you in a little bit, man. You got it. I'll talk to you guys next.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Body builder coding. Beings on the course.